Smoke Episode 7 is a masterclass in slow burn tension, psychological drama, and the kind of character study that makes you question everything you thought you knew about heroes and villains. The show has always been clear-eyed about Dave Gudsen, the celebrated arson investigator whose cool exterior is a parody of the antihero trope. This episode finally lays bare the truth about Dave, refusing to let the audience fall for his charm or excuse his darkness. Instead, it holds up a mirror to the world's tendency to forgive and glorify deeply flawed men, and it does so with a sharp, cynical edge. The episode opens with Michelle wrestling with the impending release of her mother, a woman whose past actions nearly killed her and left her with lifelong trauma. Michelle's mother is a born-again Christian now, but Michelle isn't buying the redemption story. She knows that forgiveness isn't something that can be handed out by priests or friends. It's only meaningful if it comes from the person who was wronged. Michelle's brother Benji, ever the family apologist, tries to guilt her into letting their mother move in with him and his wife Rose. But Michelle stands firm. She's haunted by the idea that her mother could harm her niece Sophie, and she's determined to protect the child, even if it means being the villain in her family's eyes. Steven, Michelle's friend and confidant, offers support but isn't entirely selfless. He wants to be close to Michelle, and she knows it. Their conversation about bad people and selective morality is one of the episode's most honest moments, highlighting how people create stories to avoid facing their own guilt. Michelle's refusal to forgive her mother is a powerful statement about the limits of empathy and the importance of boundaries, especially when it comes to protecting the next generation. Meanwhile, Dave is riding high on his newfound fame. After saving a woman and catching the milk jug arsonist, he's become a local hero, complete with TV interviews and the promise of a book deal. But beneath the surface, Dave is unraveling. His marriage to Ashley is in shambles, and his attempts to win her back are manipulative and borderline threatening. When Ashley asks him to leave, Dave's mask slips, revealing the violence and entitlement that have always lurked beneath his charming facade. The investigation into Dave's true nature is heating up. Erica Boswell, the ruthless book agent, sees dollar signs in Dave's story and wants exclusive rights to his life and case files. Stephen and Harvey, desperate to catch Dave before he can do more harm, convince Erica to play along and try to get Dave to incriminate himself during a meeting about his book. The plan is risky, but Erica is promised a big payday if she can pull it off. Michelle, ever the strategist, orchestrates a meeting with Ashley at the gym. She wants to know if Ashley suspects Dave of any crimes, and Ashley's answer is chilling. She believes Dave is capable of anything. Their conversation is a rare moment of solidarity between women who have survived men like Dave, and it's a reminder of how important it is to listen to and believe victims. The episode's centerpiece is Dave's interrogation of Freddy Fasano, the arsonist he caught. Dave expects to bask in glory, but Freddy turns the tables, psychoanalyzing Dave and exposing the emptiness at his core. Freddy sees through Dave's bravado, recognizing the hole in his soul and tracing it back to his mother. The scene is uncomfortable and raw, forcing Dave to confront the darkness he's spent his life hiding. Freddy's insight is devastating, and Dave leaves the room shaken and humiliated. The plan to catch Dave using Erica's book meeting doesn't go as smoothly as hoped. Erica and her colleague Dawn try to get Dave to talk about Donald, the arsonist character in his book, who is clearly based on himself. Dave is cagey, but he reveals enough about his motivations: resentment, entitlement, and a sense of being wronged by society, to make it clear that he sees himself as a victim, even as he wreaks havoc on others. Erica's frustration with Dave's self-pity is palpable, and the meeting ends with more questions than answers. Michelle's attempt to get information from Reba, Dave's second wife, is equally fraught. Reba knows the real Dave and has participated in his disturbing fantasies, including role-play scenarios involving arson and assault. Ezra, who filmed some of these encounters, finally admits to Michelle that there are incriminating videos, but it's unclear if they'll be enough to build a case against Dave. As the episode draws to a close, Dave attends a party in his honor, surrounded by colleagues who celebrate his heroism. But the cracks are showing. Steven, unable to contain his anger, punches Dave, and Dave lashes out at Harvey, feeling betrayed and isolated. Dave's reckless behavior escalates. He drives drunk, loses the police tracker on his car, and realizes that Dawn was only pretending to be a book agent. The walls are closing in, and Dave is more dangerous than ever. The final act of the episode is heartbreaking. Freddy Fasano, broken by a lifetime of rejection and pain, takes his own life. His suicide is a stark reminder of the consequences of cruelty and neglect, and the episode doesn't shy away from showing the impact of small acts of kindness on a person's life. Freddy's memories of being cared for, even briefly, offer him comfort in his final moments, and his death is a tragic coda to the story of a man who was never given a chance. Smoke episode 7 ends with a sense of foreboding. Dave knows he's being investigated, and his paranoia and rage make him unpredictable. Michelle, Steven, Harvey, and Erica are all at risk, and the question of whether justice will be served hangs in the air. The episode refuses to offer easy answers or redemption for its antihero, instead doubling down on the idea that some people are beyond saving. This episode is a powerful indictment of the myth of the heroic antihero, exposing the rot at the heart of Dave's character and the systems that enable men like him. It's a story about trauma, survival, and the limits of forgiveness, and it's told with unflinching honesty and empathy. Smoke continues to be one of the most compelling and challenging dramas on television, and episode 7 is a standout installment that will leave viewers shaken and thoughtful.